Good day, Philippines, and to the rest of the world watching our weather analysis. This is Mike Padua, Mr. Typhoon, bringing you the very latest for today, April 9 to 11, 2026, Thursday through Saturday. This is our English version, brought to you by Typhoon 2000 and Naga College Foundation. And we would also like to thank our partners, Aboitiz Power, and the local government of Naga City, headed by our Honorable Mayor Leno Robredo and our Honorable Vice Mayor Gabi Bordado. So we have a newly formed tropical cyclone. Its tag ID is 04W, the fourth tropical cyclone in the Western Pacific, based on the Joint Typhoon Warning Center numbering system. And this cyclone is likely to intensify into a tropical storm later today, and for the next few days it could reach typhoon intensity, and there is a possibility, if the conditions persist, it could become a super typhoon once it passes over the Philippine Sea. But no worries, this system will not affect any part of the landmass of our country. Okay, but it could generate some large swells of 2 to 3 meters in wave heights, which is very good when it comes to surfing activities, especially over Baler and Siargao. So everybody down there who is watching this video will have a good time having some surfing conditions once the system passes roughly 500 or 800 kilometers away from our country. So this is likely to be called as Kaloy, and international name is likely Sinlaku. That will be the new or the next name of the Japan Meteorological Agency. And we'd like to let you know that the month of April is no stranger when it comes to the development of tropical cyclones. There are years that we could experience at least one, tropical cyclone. And there are rare events that there are two, way back in the 1980s during time of El Nino. So the average formation of cyclones during the month of April is 0 to 1, that's 0.5 to be exact, from 1948 to 2024. And the tracking, as you can see it here, is more either of the Visayas area or over the area of the North Philippine Sea. And it's likely this will be the path of the next tropical cyclone. It's only over the Philippine Sea, away from the landmass of our country. So there's nothing to worry about. And if you're asking what was the last super typhoon that I could remember, there's one way back in 2003. This was Super Typhoon Kujira with local name Amang, which entered the Philippine Air Responsibility with a sustained winds of 250 kph, category 4. But when it neared the country, it weakened into category 3 and 2. And this is the image taken on April 19, 2003, as Super Typhoon Kujira or Amang moves in the general direction of Batanes, Taiwan area. So this is the path, or this was the path of Super Typhoon Amang or Kujira. So if you want to see the tracking of Kujira or Amang, this is the track that the system made. Okay, so it's quite similar to the track of the new system right now, 4W, and we are going to show to you the latest forecast track of that system based on different weather agencies. Okay, Pag-asa is not yet issuing updates since it's still outside the pole, although they are informing us that there's a cyclone on their usual daily forecast. But when it comes to bulletins, the 6-hourly bulletins, it will commence once it enters the Philippine Air Responsibility sometime Thursday or Friday next week. Okay, so it's still time to observe. Let's hope that it will record early. Okay, So this is the track, or this was the track of Kujira way back in 2003, Super Typhoon Amang, in the local naming convention of this system. When it comes to another cyclone, which I could remember, that was way back 3 years ago on the month of April. There's another one, okay, but it's eerily similar. It has the same name, Amang, okay. By the way, this is Kujira. That's the Wikipedia. You just search the Wikipedia website and you can see all the cyclones there. Just type Pacific typhoons and all of the cyclones from 1945 will appear on that website. So this is the historical information of Typhoon or Super Typhoon Kujira with local name Amang. Now here's the other Amang, okay, same name, way back in 2023, which passed over the Bicol region, and it's only a depression, and it generated high amounts of rainfall. In some areas, it reached 400 millimeters, and most of the Bicol region was flooded by this tropical depression because it weakened into low pressure system dissipated over the Bicol region. So here's the data from our weather station. It shows here 397.3 millimeters of rainfall. It's more than the amount of Super Typhoon Uwan, which passed Calanduanes last year. Okay, so but no need to worry because the upcoming system won't be hitting our country. Okay, so let's move now to give you the latest on 4W. Here's 4W developing over Chuuk State in central Micronesia, and this system is moving towards the area of southern Marianas. So this will be the track of 4W, soon to be Sinlaku, or if it enters PAR, it will be known locally by Pag-asa as Kaloy. And here's the zoom in satellite animation, or zoom out, okay, since we are not zooming into our country, to show you the perspective of the Philippines with respect to this newly formed tropical cyclone. So it's still a depression with winds of 55 kph. And here in the Philippines, we're still experiencing some very hot conditions. Our heat index right now is reaching 44 degrees centigrade here in Naga. That's the highest so far for this year. And here's the track of the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. And it looks like it could reach sustained winds of 175 kph, category 2, as it passes to the south of Guam sometime during the early morning of April 14. That will be on Tuesday next week. Now, the Japan Meteorological Agency is also showing a similar forecast track, and it's still a depression with 55 kph winds and same timeline, likely on the 13th, okay, or 14th of April, passing to the south of Guam. And for the model forecast from the European model, it shows here that for the next 5 days, the system is expected to enter the Philippine area of responsibility on the 16th of April, Thursday, as a super typhoon. Okay, this pressure reading of ECMWF shows a super typhoon intensity. So but the size of this system is somewhat small, okay, or medium, based on what we are seeing on the wind ranges of this computer model. And then it will start to move north and recurve towards northeast in response to a passing frontal system and a wake in the high pressure ridge. So it's not going to directly affect our country, but we expect some swells or sea swells across the coastal areas of eastern Luzon, eastern Bicol region, eastern Visayas, and northeastern Mindanao sometime next week. Okay. Now for the American model, the curvature of the American model is somewhat earlier than the ECMWF. It shows here that it will recurve on the 17 as it enters par, and it's going to quickly accelerate towards the northeast away from the Philippine Sea. So that's the physics-based model. Now, if we look at the ensemble of the American and the European model, the first 5 days seems the same, and there's still no for 10 to 14 days here since it's issued at 2 a.m. But based on the ECMWF ensemble at around 8 p.m. So this is the track of Tropical Cyclone 4W, Sinlaco, soon to be Sinlaco. So this is the forecast path. So it might enter par and recurve away from our country. So we will observe this for any changes in the future. And as for the Google DeepMind, the Google DeepMind says a different track, but it could reach also category 4 or super typhoon strength as it moves just to the east of or over Guam. Let me zoom this now, just to the east of Guam. That will be on the 14 and 15 of April. So that's Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So that's the forecast of the Google DeepMind. But again, the forecast of more than 5 days remains uncertain, so we will see and observe if the forecast will remain that way. But the cone of uncertainty of this model remains over the ocean, so there's nothing to worry about. Now let's move now to the latest on the rainfall accumulation for the next 5 days so far. When it comes to our country, we will not be expecting heavy rains from this system since it's quite small and compact, and likely it will just pass to the east of our country, far away, and our weather will remain hot, warm, and dry with a few showers once the system departs the North Philippine Sea, likely April 18 or 19. We will be expecting some showers. It will just be a passing showers, so expect that kind of situation. But again, the forecast is still more than 7 days, so we will wait and see on the outcome of this tropical cyclone. Just imagine the rainfall of this system when we click it here is more than 200 millimeters. So it's really a 1 month rainfall being dropped in a single day, brought about by this potential super typhoon. Now for the wave forecast, this is the one that we are going to look upon. As you can see, if we move this forecast into Wednesday next week, it looks like the coastal waters of Luzon, Visayas, those facing the Pacific Ocean, okay, the eastern portions, may be expecting wave heights of 2 to 3 meters because of the possible intensification of this typhoon or this tropical cyclone into super typhoon. So we will wait and see. Okay, so far the rest of the Philippine Sea, especially the inland waters of our country, will remain good and suitable for fishing and sea travel. So just observe the track of the system next week, as it will bring some sea swells of up to 3 meters along the eastern portions or the eastern coastal waters of our country. So there you go. That's the latest for this Thursday, April 9. It's a holiday here in the Philippines, araw ng kagitingan. Okay, and we will see you again most likely on Saturday for another update, since the system is not expected to affect our country, but we are going to give you much information about this potential super typhoon. So we'll see you again in the next couple of days. This is Mike Padua saying stay safe always, be #weatherwiser, and thank you so much for watching our channel. God bless to all.